All right, here's my audience. There's Mark, Danny. Let's see. There he is. It's kind of dark, but there we go. All right, that's 6 people. Have you ever heard that the grass is greener on the other side? Well, if you're talking about a corporate tax bill and the other side is Ireland, then you're quite correct, because the Irish corporate tax rate is 12.5%. And while here in the US, the tax rate is 35% on corporations. And what this is causing is companies to do what's called a corporate tax inversion, where they take their headquarters, either by merging with another company or acquiring another company, and they take their headquarters over into that other country that has the lower corporate tax rate to avoid paying the high US corporate tax rate. So what's the problem here? Obviously, it's hurting our economy, it's losing jobs here in America, and this is a big problem for you and me, and the entirety of our population. So what's the solution here? The solution is to lower the corporate tax rate. And so first, let's talk about the problem a little bit more. The problem here is the inversions, which I mentioned, and that's the way that they do it, is they merge with that other company, they move their headquarters. They don't always move their operations, but moving their headquarters, by and large, makes them into a foreign firm, which means they are no longer subject to U.S. taxes. They do this because, well, a lot of it is because they have these profits over in foreign countries that they don't want to bring back into the U.S. because they're taxed highly here. So they'd rather bring them over to Ireland, where they're only taxed at a 12.5% rate. This is also the reason that they're doing this is because they have to compete with these foreign firms who don't have to pay the U.S. tax rate, and it's a burden on them to compete with those foreign firms because they are losing money by just operating in America, so they might as well move over there. Some of the big companies that have done this recently is Pfizer, that attempted to, and activists did it a couple years ago over to Ireland. So now that we know a little bit about the problem, let's talk a little bit about the solution. And the solution here, and there are many proposed solutions, but the one I think that is most correct is to lower the corporate tax rate in America on, obviously, corporations. What this will do, this will drive away this movement towards inverting, and it will bring back companies into America, bring back the jobs into America. Hopefully these companies will be more honest to repatriate their profits into America. This will drive our taxes up, even though we lower the rate, because there's a common saying in taxation: the only way to up your revenue is to either raise the rate or broaden the base, and this is obviously a broaden the base strategy. So, but the current view on it sometimes is to penalize companies for trying to invert, and I understand what they're trying to do, but it's really not effective. The more effective way is the more amicable way of bringing business back into America and stop it from going out in the first place. So this is really not that hard of a solution. Basically, all that needs to happen is some congressmen and senators need to come together and enact legislation to enable this to happen. And if it does happen, we will see a strengthened economy, and we will see a growth in jobs. And a lot of people will say that this is only for big corporations. That's not true. Big corporations are taxed like small corporations. I mean, the tax rate's different based on how much you make, but the tax rate's the same no matter if you're making $10 million or $1 billion. So this is not going to just help big corporations. This is going to help little businesses, small businesses all around America. And I frankly don't know anything else you could really ask for, whether or not to help small businesses and big businesses and the American people at the same time. So, kind of coming to a conclusion here, we talked about the problem being the corporate tax inversions, and these inversions that are taking money and jobs out of America and hurting our economy and our tax base. And we talked about the solution. The solution that I've proposed, and you may agree or disagree, we can talk about that later if you guys would like, is to lower the corporate tax rate. And it's really not that hard of a concept. So if you ever think about the saying, why is it greener on the other side? No one even thinks about the other side if the grass is plenty green here. Thank you. And here's my audience. Mark's right there. Dan. Hey, there's. I still can't see Jonah, but he's right there. There's Cameron and Shelbs. What's up, Shelbs? Thank you.